Welcome back, Toronto Raptor fans. This is your host of Toronto Raptor Wrap Up. You better wrap it up tight. This is Hunter from Peterborough. We're here courtside after the Raptors just really had a really fantastic friggin' game. I couldn't even believe it. I was sitting there watching these guys, and they're just so tall, and they were handsome too. Did I say that out loud? Anyways, sorry, I have a cramp. I'm still excited from the game. Anyways, Hunter, I'm Hunter. What am I saying? Anyways, I'm so excited. Raptors, they beat the Pistons, and I'm out. I'm gonna go home, and I have my my partners at home. Anyways, see you guys. My dog's hungry. Bye. I don't know what that was. Welcome back, everybody, to the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast. I'm your host, as usual, the El Hoopo, ELHOOPO, and I'm here once again with Mr. A.Rod, A-R-O-D, and Mr. Max P. He's returned. You better pay me. Listen up. We got a lot to talk about, so let's 1, 2, 3, let's go. What's up, boys?
What's up, boys?
Cheers, fellas. Cheers.
Cheers. Look at this sweater. Cheers. That's like Sinatra mixed with Dean Martin in a sweater. That's beautiful.
That's how you feel when you do your job on a Sunday night.
Oh, yeah. They did the job. They did the damn thing.
Yeah, man. Let's set the table for that. Let's do that. Let's start with the win first. Keep the positivity going. We started this up in Max last episode. First word that comes to mind after that win. Give it to me. One word.
Professional.
Hey. A-Rod, one word.
Responsible.
Hey.
Mine's going to be Adderall. Because they were focused.
Laser.
You know how you can always pick out the one on Jeopardy that's on Adderall? Yeah. That's how the Raptors looked in this one.
When Boucher came off the bench with the man bun, I said, "It's over."
Oh my God.
It's over. The man bun is out.
It's funny because when you mentioned Jeopardy right now, I was thinking things I'm gonna take things I expect for 500, Alex.
Yeah.
Like a beat down to the Pistons, right?
Man. Mm-hmm. So they won by, what was it? I wrote it down too. They won by, I think it was 29. It was a big win right here. It was a 142-113. And they just slapped them. As A-Rod, you said, they got waxed. Waxed. So, A-Rod, let's start with you. What did you see? What are some of the positive things you saw? Maybe some of the negative things? I don't know. But what did you see all in all?
Just general observations. I was telling you guys last time, I've kind of tuned out of the wins and losses now with the season. I'm just more or less going on the actual basketball and the on-court development from some of the players. Just watching the game, especially in the first quarter, man, Raptors run a hell of a lot of sets with two guys in the corner on opposite ends. And it really frees up the spacing, and also it frees up the ability to screen and roll, do any sort of pin downs. Like you saw a lot of the Schroeder-Jakob game, Pascal-Jakob game. Like, it was really interesting to watch because, OG hit his three in the corner as well, too. Mm-hmm. But just... I find what's interesting about the Raptors is they're trying to run a lot of these sets, but after Schroeder, I'm not sure if we have anybody who actually is able to get inside and create for themselves besides Scotty.
Yeah,
like it's kind of tricky, like, because when you watch Malachi,
you would hope Flynn would. Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Because he's the one who's gonna have the keys to the offense, right? Yeah, when these guys are on the bench. Yeah, but I don't really see it with him.
Not yet.
He's kind of like a game manager right now. Yeah, and you're kind of looking to see who's going to develop and kind of step up and take that role of like breaking things down and like really get into the teeth of the defense and open up the space for everybody, right?
Yeah. Well, what did you see, Max? What are some of the
continuing with what A-Rod said, like, we need better guard play. I don't have any problem with Schroeder or Flynn, but you can see it in our game. We're lacking in that position. Yeah. Small forward, power forward, center. I feel like, we're good. If we do make a move, I hope we get someone. There's so many guards in the league. I hope we can get someone that's.
Let's pause that. You're right. There was some news that came out today that I read that Raptors are interested. I mean, Raptors are interested in everybody, and everybody's interested in everybody. But so whatever, you can take it as it is. But Levine's name was popping up today, and this is through Shams. So I don't know, when you speak of guard play, I mean, and a shooter, that would fill a hole, would it not? But I don't want to go. I don't want to. Yeah.
You know, it would, right? We don't have to stay on the topic for too long, but
No.
I mean, it would, but I mean, this guy's left with a big amount on his contract, and also, is he really the right fit for the Raps? Like, are you genuinely gonna get excited if Zach LaVine comes here?
Not his janky knees, no.
No, I mean,
not only that, but like just the player himself. You know, I'm not really too thrilled about him because we kind of know what he is and what his ceiling is.
I was just gonna say, have you ever been that excited about Zach LaVine? No.
No. So,
No.
Yeah, I mean, if he came here, he'd have to be in one of those I'm going to transition into the OG and help these guys type of mode. And if he doesn't have that type of mentality, you can't really bring a guy like Zach LaVine in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know him enough. To know if
like you see how Booker's passing a lot more now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if Zach LaVine's ready to make that kind of change in his game to help the Raptors. You know, if he is, then I think Zach LaVine could work. It's still a risk, though. It's still a risk.
Yeah, I agree with you, Max. I think there's a lot of risks out there for whatever we end up doing. But I think overall, the way the roster's constructed is just really, really off right now. We're in a spot where it's like we have guys that we know what their ceiling is. We know they're not really going anywhere or getting much better. And we're really banking on Scotty making this like absurdly, big jump into some.
He's moving. He's moving.
Yeah, he's jumping.
Yeah.
He's great, right? But like, is he at top 10 player in the NBA yet?
No, sir. No, sir.
Or maybe even top 20. You probably say no.
I'd say he's playing like a top 25 right now.
It's like hovering there.
It's hovering, yeah.
But it's not like enough to really like take a team who's supposed to win 20 games and push them to 32. Like, it's not right there yet.
And to stay on sort of the Scotty thing, I think the Scotty and Pascal, I kind of figured it out. Well, I think this is my opinion of figuring it out between what's going on with these two. I feel like these two, it's like if they were at San Quinn, they're sitting at two different tables, eating dinner right now. I feel like they try to meet up at the same table and try to force things to work, but it always just ends up at the other table the next day because I just don't think that it will ever work where these two can just make it happen. Because I've seen them trying. It's almost like a forced relationship where, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but I don't see it working. That's just me, though. So, anyways, let's stay maybe a little bit. What would you see on the other side? I think for me, for the Pistons, that young rookie they have, Asar Thompson, is a basketball dictionary. This guy you can just see knows and feels the game. He just understands the game. You can see he sees the game, feels the game. And you can't teach that. You know what I mean? I don't know what else you guys may have said, but Detroit's in some real trouble. Besides having a real nice rookie, they are in some real trouble.
Real trouble. So I'm looking at their roster, and I'm seeing guys that are basically dudes that didn't work. And I'm like, geez, this guy. When you see Knox is starting for the Detroit Pistons, I said, ooh, this is already starting off kind of weird right here. Because I've seen him get plenty of chances in New York. He couldn't make it work. He couldn't figure it out. Yeah. He's still looking like he's trying to figure it out. And he's starting. I said, oh, man, this is my first time watching Detroit play, but this is not a good start.
I feel bad for Cade.
Yeah, Cade's nice, man.
Cade's so nice, and I feel like he feels like I saw there was a shot of him in the game where he was on the bench at the end of the game, and he just had his head down, and he was just in a lot of just basketball angst, a lot of basketball pain right there. Like, what is
Stay strong, young man. Play well. Yeah. You'll get traded. Don't worry about it.
What'd you see, A.Rod? Anything pop out at you this game?
Listen,
for the Pistons, I mean.
Yeah, as much as the Pistons aren't where they need to be right now, and it'll probably take a long time. I do think they have a really good coach. I do like.
Oh yeah, Monty's a G.
Especially I remember back in the bubble when he led Phoenix to that nice little run there, and they didn't make it at the end. But they were hot, man. They're probably the best team in the bubble at the end of it. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for them to come together. I also think they have a real good star in Cade. Nice little complimentary piece in Thompson. I really...
Let's not forget about Jalen Duren. I don't want to cut you off, but...
Yeah, Jalen Duren's nice for sure. I think they made a mistake, though, with Killian Hayes. That's a big problem, man.
A mistake in what way?
In drafting him. I think the expectations were way too high on him. They threw him into the starting lineup, and he clearly can't shoot. It's taken him a long time to even get close to 10 points a game.
Yeah, he can't shoot.
The turnovers were a huge problem for a while, so it was really just shattering his confidence.
Yeah.
And then now it's like at the point where they have Jaden Ivey to replace him, but Jaden Ivey's having his own issues.
Oh, Jaden Ivey's playing like trash right now.
You got Thompson and Cunningham who both can handle the ball, so it's like you got to really pick and choose who you want to develop now, and somebody's got to go because it's not going to work out very well.
Yeah.
It's very messy in Detroit. They've been a bad team year after year. You're getting good drafts year after year. Yeah. They're on a 10, 11 game losing streak. Goodness gracious.
And they have a nice set of fans too. So
Detroit basketball? Come on. Detroit. What?
Yeah,
Detroit fans are amazing.
One of my favorite players, I don't know why, but he always since Michigan, but Jalen Rose, Detroit legend. They have so much heart. And exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, one more thing about Killian Hayes, too. A lot of people forget that Tyrese Halliburton and Maxey went after him in the draft. So that's...
I did not realize Tyrese and Maxey went after Killian Hayes.
Yeah.
But it's clear that they missed when you look at this team. It's clear that they've had some misses, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let's get out of Detroit. That's what
everybody says every weekend.
Yeah, let's go back to Windsor. Windsor's more beautiful. Yeah. Let's go back in time. Let's jump in the spaceship in the time machine. Let's go back to Friday night. Where was the in-season tournament with the slippery floor for Jaylen Brown? Jaylen hurt his groin because he said it was inappropriate. They shouldn't have these things so slippery. Yeah, whatever, man. Why'd you cut so hard? Anyway. Boston was in town for the in-season tournament, and with all the lights, Fat Joe was courtside.
Hey.
Yeah,
Drake was wearing the very strange jean suit. That was very strange.
What else? So everything the lights were bright on Friday night.
Yes, sir.
And I'll let you boys jump in right away. But again, let's do it again. One word that you can describe this game. A-Rod, go. What one word for this?
Airline.
Yes.
Game was close and Derek White took it.
It's a hairline. Wow.
Perfect.
Wow.
Max, one word, hairline. I love it. You win on that one. Already.
One word.
Yeah. I'll do mine right up top.
Okay.
Rocky. Well, it's 2 words. Rocky won because Rocky came real close to beating Apollo. He got real close if Rocky was the Raps, but in the end he just couldn't pull it out. But
like my word is like it's like kind of like 3 or 4 words, but not getting punked off. Like I felt like that first game. We should have been ready for Boston to kind of smack us around a bit, and they just came and smacked us around. But now we were like, okay.
They stood up to the bully.
When we're playing teams like this, it's not going to be an easy ride, and they were ready for it. And like you said, A-Rod, the play-in tournament, these guys go hard. I was looking at the game. I said, this is some play-in tournament shit. This is not regular season shit I'm looking at right here.
Yeah, A-Rod's not the first one. I've heard this now, and it's right. If you really zoom in on it, guys are playing, man. Guys are playing hard.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's get into this game. So, yes, it was a very close, grimy game, 108-105. Celtics win by 3. I'll quickly say that it probably would have been 15 or 20 if Tatum would have hit a 3. I think he was 1 of 10 or something crazy at the end of the game. So we kind of got lucky, and it really shouldn't have been this close. But go ahead, anybody jump in on this one. What'd you see?
It was better than the last showing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Max, you go ahead.
For years, I always tell people, like, when you're watching the Boston Celtics play, the uglier the game, the better the chances the Celtics are going to win. It's just the way they are. They figure out a way. The uglier it is, the more messed up it is. The crazy refereeing, sloppy, bad shooting from Tatum. They love to win those games. You know what I mean? Like
you know why? You're right, because they find a way. They find a way. Yeah.
You got to blow Boston out. If it's close, man, it's an L. It's an L.
Man, they're 10-2. That's crazy. A-Rod, what would you see?
I just thought it was a better showing than the last game against Boston, but
yeah,
I mean that's kind of. Oh, thanks, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, well, it's a little better than the last one.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much more to say. Most of us expected a loss. I did appreciate the effort, though, that went out there. And like you said, Tatum, with a poor shooting night, it gives credit to the Raptors putting a little bit more pressure on him.
Yeah.
Playing a little bit of better defense, really owning up to it and getting some accountability there. But overall, I mean, this is the thing. If the Raptors play the Celtics 10 times, right, where we're at right now, both teams, Celtics are going to win 9 out of 10. We might get the odd one, but it's just...
I was going to say 8, man, but you said 9.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's like playing your boy in Madden or like 2K, You're going to beat the shit out of him a bunch of times, but every now and then you got an off game. That's kind of where the Raptors right now, Like, we're waiting for that off game and we're just trying to sneak one out of there.
I used to beat my guy so bad in Madden, so bad I used to hold the controller up like this and then hit the button like this. Tush! I'd be like, touchdown! And I drop the thing. Man, fist fights. Anyways,
You just hope that later on in the season we got a few more pieces put together, guys figure out their roles a little bit better, and we can make something a little bit more entertaining and for a spectacle for the eye, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think another point to bring up, I think J.O. brought it up last episode, is Porzingis, that we wouldn't have an answer for Porzingis. We didn't have an answer for Porzingis. Yeah. I mean, he even gave it to us at the start of the game. Chris Stapps Mafia. Who gave me that one, Max? Snooze gave me that one. Chris Stapps Mafia.
Shout out to Snooze.
Or no, Chris Stapps. No, he goes Chris Stapps Latvia. Anyway, yeah, shout out to Snooze. No answer for him, and even Chris Stapps at the start was hanging out at the 3-point line, and then said, "No, forget this," and went inside and just.
See how big Porzingis is now. See how solid he is. I was thinking to myself, bro, what if Giannis was a skinny dude too, and so was Dwight Howard? What if Wembanyama gets big like that?
I don't want Wemby to get big though.
No, obviously he's not going to get big like Giannis or Dwight Howard. But what if he fills out? Holy moly!
He's going to fill out though. He's going to fill out at least 20 pounds.
He's going to be He'll be unstoppable.
He's only 19, man. You know how it is once you get like 23. You're like, damn. What's going on, man?
That's when you start. You learn how to grow your chest a little bit.
Yeah, like, oh man.
Look at this T-shirt now.
High school and university.
Yeah, I'm gonna slim down a little bit here in this new shirt. Yeah, it's true. Well, all right. Well, I think we all can agree that it was a grimy game. It was a defeat, but at the same time, I think we all came out of that game with our heads up because it's like at least they didn't whoop us again. And like you said, Max, at the start, we stood up to the bully. That would be like if you had a son and he went to school and he's been bullied. You tell his son, like, I know your mother doesn't tell you this, but go and sock that motherfucker in the face.
Yes, sir.
And then you go and he comes back and the principal says, your son got in a fight and he still lost the fight. He's like, it's all right. He had to do
Speaking of kids, I got a bone to pick with our guy Jack Armstrong.
What happened?
Yeah, they called a technical on somebody on Detroit for cursing or something.
Uh-huh.
And Jack's like, yeah, there's kids there. He deserves that tech. I'm like, come on, Jack.
Jack said that?
Yeah, Jack said that. I said, come on, Jack. Everybody knows. You bring your kid to a game. You bring your kid to an NFL game, an NBA game. That's a teaching moment. There's going to be grown folks talking like grown people. I want you not to talk like this. You're kind of like, are you ready for this, kid? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
To say, call it technical. There's kids in the front row. I'm like, Jack, what are you doing?
Yeah, relax, Jack. Yeah, come on.
Anyways, that's just a bone to pick, man.
Yeah, man. That's what this podcast is for, calling them out. That's like I once called out the legend. What's his name again? Not Hubie.
Hubie Brown?
No, our dress announcer. What's his name? It's not Hubie.
Yeah, it is Hubie.
Is it Hubie? Anyways, the way he says I called him out, he says Toronto Raptors. Just say Toronto the way it's supposed to be.
Yes, as we said. Come on. Yeah. Yes. Don't use the T, the last T.
Herbie Coons or Herbie Coons? Yeah. Anyways.
The name was on my. It was on my mind.
Something Coons.
Yeah. It was Herbie. It's
Herbie. All right. So that was a big loss. So we're going to go back since every episode now that it's a loss, which seems to be quite a bit now. We jump into our new segment called This or That.
Or That.
Yes, indeed. So this or that, this this beautiful episode. We're going to start with a street fight, and I got a dandy for you boys. I got a dandy old school Raptor street fight right here. All right, we're going to go with this corner. We got Popeye Jones. And in this corner, we got AC Earl. So I want who do you got? Popeye. AC Earl or Popeye Jones?
Popeye. It ain't even close, man. You use that supersonic hearing and hear AC coming from a mile away, man. He said
Popeye Jones has superpower hearing?
No, without a doubt. The wrong way, AC will just try and swing for him. This man will hear it like Spider-Man. You get that tingle.
Yes.
All of a sudden,
Popeye Jones definitely has hearing like a blind man for sure.
He's a Stevie Wonder deaf. Oh my God, that's beautiful.
But I'm gonna go with AC Earl, not because he win the fight, but because he came to my high school when I was still a youngin', and I think it might have been the first or second year the Raptors were in Toronto. And he came to the school to do like some kind of promotional thing and gave us a little talk about what it's like to be in the NBA. So shout out to AC Earl for coming to my high school.
Man. I always thought, like I wanted to bring a picture. In my mind, I always thought AC Earl had a Jerry curl. Like, but
it sounds like that. But
doesn't it? It's his name. Yeah. Who am I thinking?
You're thinking of the Lakers dude.
AC Green.
The Virgin.
Forever Virgin, yeah.
When I was a kid, man, my dad took me to the Raptors game, back at Maple Leaf Gardens, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. And I remember I seen AC Earl, and I was so small, and AC was like 6'11", right?
Yeah.
I remember I used to have to crank my neck just to look up.
He was a big. Here's one of Popeye here, the supersonic man.
The supersonic.
Yeah, you're right. I was gonna go with AC Earl, but I'm going with Popeye. Oh my gosh.
I don't want to catch a right hook from Popeye. No, sir.
No. I don't want to catch a right eye from Popeye. All right, this one right here. We're not going to go with legend. We're just going to do kind of like niche point guards that we've had that I want to get your opinion of who was the better one. So we're going to say who was the better point guard here? Rafer Alston, Skip to My Lou, or TJ Ford? Who do you got?
TJ Ford.
All right.
I don't even need to think twice about that.
TJ?
Man. Yeah, TJ.
Oh,
the problem with Skip is everybody values Skip because of the Skip name and they attach it to him with the prestige and one. But as an NBA point guard, TJ was that guy, man. And even at Texas, this guy was that guy.
And he was steady. Yeah. Who do you got,
Before
Max?
a neck injury too.
I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, neck injury. That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with TJ Ford because when Skip was here. Jalen Rose tells some inside stories about his days with the Raptors. Some of our darkest days. Some of the ugliest shit going on with the Raptors during the Skip to My Lou era. And I can't remember the exact story, but there was some ugly stuff that he did while he was on the team too. So
oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did much better when he went to I think Orlando. He was much more professional,
that's right.
but
went there,
he wasn't real professional when he was on the Raptors. So I'm gonna go with TJ Ford.
And I'm with you both, TJ. Especially that shot when Sam Mitchell went crazy. And where was that? I think it was in Clippers. Anyways, TJ Ford. And
TJ Ford had the crazy baggy shorts when he was in college. The crazy.
Oh, that's
baggy
right.
Shorts. What?
Yeah. All right, last one. I wanted to kind of go same approach, but on a coach, an old school coach. So I wanted this one's a big one too because these are big Raptor names. So this is going to be controversial. So I want to know who do you got, Sam Mitchell or Dwayne Casey? Who do you got?
Damn.
Yeah,
why'd you do that
that's a tough
for?
one. I know it's a tough one.
Oh, rest in peace to Brendan Malone.
Yes.
Damn.
Very first coach, man.
And a G, stand-up guy.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers. Yeah, cheers for sure. Salute.
Well, Sam Mitchell or Dwayne Casey? Who you got, A-Rod?
Casey.
Player
development, man. You got to respect what this guy did, man. I know he didn't get it done from an in-game adjustment perspective. And, when he had DeMar and Kyle, at their peak, they had to run through LeBron. That was one factor, but also...
Oh, my goodness gracious. Good riddance when he went to the Lakers. Good riddance.
Yeah. They didn't pull up, full 100% every playoff game, but the player development over the years was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I got to give it up to Casey.
What about you, Max?
Love Casey, love him to death. But I remember a press conference Sam Mitchell did one day about the 0-0-0 and how bad we were. And man, that was the day where the Raptors said, you know what, man, we got to do something.
Yeah.
And we started getting some more respect.
Yeah.
And we weren't just a sideshow anymore. We weren't just that team up in Canada anymore. I felt like Sam Mitchell was like that transition over into a respectable organization that's here, except for LeBron being in the damn way all those years. We were a good ass team.
Yeah. I remember. Man. Yeah, keep going. Sorry, Max.
Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan. That was a great team. I felt like Sam Mitchell kind of sparked that. He gave us some backbone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was one time. I was helping coach some kids up at I forget the name of the school. It was up in Finch area, and my buddy, rest in peace, who used to bring me up there to help out. He I was at Union Station. And I got the ball on my hip, and there comes Dwayne Casey, who I think was his son. And there's walking by, and he stopped, and he gave me one of these. I gave him one of these just because he saw the ball, and then he went on his way. I'm like, first of all, you're at Union Station. Second of all, you stopped and you just gave me one of these just because I have a ball. Casey was like a real father figure like that, like all day, But the roster that Sam Mitchell had was absolute shit. You think about those players that he brought to where did they went into the second round, did they not?
They were fighting. They were
fighting, yeah. And I mean, that was the Chris Bosh, who I'm not a Chris Bosh fan, so I'm just going to stop there. But don't get me started about Chris Bosh.
Mama said if you don't have nothing nice to say.
Look at this. Watch this. There's a mute on my microphone. Hey, Chris Bosh is a... bitch. Anyways, leave it at that. But I'm going with Max. I'm with you, man. I'm going Sam Mitchell. Mitchell. And those suits that he had, come on.
Sharp.
Sharp to death. Let's go to the next game. So the next game is, I believe it's Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday against the Orlando Magic down in Florida.
Right?
Yeah, where the mullets are let out. Yes, in-season tournament. You're right.
It's been kind of weird that the Raptors were the last team of that group just to start their playoff or in-season tournament.
It's because we're in Canada.
I think it has something to do with us being in Canada and them not being able to make the money off of Raptor games on American television the way they can with the American teams.
Who knows?
They're like, let's put the pressure on these guys. Throw them in last so they see what they're up against.
Here's your tournament, Raptors. Yeah, no. By the way, pause that. What'd you guys think of the court? The crazy in-season court at the Raptor game?
I liked it. I thought it was dope.
Oh, man.
I liked the jerseys. The jerseys were nice.
I thought the jerseys were nice, too.
Listen, I'm old school in the way that I don't like all this like Drake OVO shit. I don't care about that brand. I don't care about him personally.
Oh, I don't care.
I want to see a purple dinosaur grabbing the ball, man. A red dinosaur grabbing the ball, man.
I hear you with the OVO colorway, but with this particular game and those particular uniforms, I thought it looked good. I thought it did look good.
Even my lady was, she came down and she saw the game on the big screen and she looked, she said, "Oh, that looks really nice." Oh yeah, I know. All right, so Magic. What are you guys looking for? And what do you hope to see in this game?
Take Paolo Banchero's cookies all the time, man. This guy, this season, is trying out some new like point guard facilitator type duties. And his turnover rate is absolutely insane. If you see some of the clips of this guy turning the ball over, it's nuts. He's trying to make passes that aren't even there, man.
He's in over his head for sure.
Yeah. So listen, if that guy's trying that stuff, then take it from him, man. Every single play. And for whatever reason, I think I was reading up that him and Franz Wagner aren't doing too well on the court together. Something about that combination isn't working that much. I mean, I'm not watching a lot of Magic games. I haven't since Shaq and Penny days.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So, I mean, who cares about the Magic, man? It's basically a retiree team.
Yeah. I hate to cut up, Max. Jump in, man. We only got about 1 minute, so I don't want to cut you
Orlando,
off like that.
I feel like, with Orlando, I feel like it's time to eat. This is one of those games where you work on you make sure you got the game in hand, and then you start working on some things. You know what I'm saying? Like this is time to eat.
Time to eat.
Don't play around.
Time to eat. Put the Eggo in the what do you call it? Put the Eggo in the toaster. Put the Pop-Tart in the toaster. And let's eat. Yeah, there we go. All right, boys, that was fantastic and fun and so easy as usual. Let's make it back. What day is it today? Sunday, so we'll make it back on Thursday. Like I said to everybody, the Sports Ethos podcast, we're going to be broadcasting live every Thursday and Sunday. So I hope to see you then. Anyways, boys, have a great night. That was a lot of fun, and see you soon, huh?
All right, boys.
All right. Cheers. That sweater, man. What was that, $10,000? Looks like a $10,000 sweater.
maybe resale, but not what I bought it.
That's a $1,000 sweater, though. All right, boys. This has been another Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast, and thank you for your 2 ears, like Popeye Jones. And I just want to leave you with a little tidbit. Please visit us on wherever you find your podcast, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or what have you, and hit subscribe and hit like. And if you want to put a face to the voice, catch us on YouTube. Until next time, bye-bye.